conic section video.
Dash. Let's go. Okay, we'll just use that.
Ow.
That's funny.
That's funny. So as you can see, this circle has a diameter of 13 inches. So that means that no matter where we go on this circle, it's going to stay 13 inches apart. Okay. That means that the radius is 6.5 inches. So that is the center. So from the center, it's always going to be 6.5 inches away from the edge of the circle because it's equidistance.
Alright, so this is an ellipse. The reason it is an ellipse is because the vertical axis and the horizontal axis are two different lengths. It is a vertical ellipse because the vertical axis is longer than the horizontal axis, which makes the vertical axis major and the horizontal axis minor. In order to calculate the center, which is right here, you have to take half of 14, which is 7, and half of 12.5, which is 6.25, to find the center, which is right here. These 2 points right here are the focus, which two make foci. In order to calculate those, you have to subtract 12.5 squared from 144 from 14 squared to get the focus squared. Take the square root of that and you add or subtract that number from the distance from the center, and you find these 2 points.
Woohoo!
Yes!
Yeah!
Ah! Yeah!
Okay, finally. Only took us 20.5 minutes.
What? Man, I almost started laughing when I saw you in the corner. You were like... Alright, so when I shoot this ball, it'll act as a parabola. When it gets to its highest peak, that'll be the vertex. If you subtract A from the vertex, you get the focus. If you add A from the vertex, you get the directrix. Then you add 2A on each side, and to each side of the focus, and that acts as the lattice rectum. The lattice rectum tells how wide the parabola will be.
So this is a hyperbola. It's a Poland Spring water bottle. One of these new fancy smancy things. It's reduced waste, I guess. Yep. You can got a new cap on it.
It's returnable for 5 cents.
Yep, and we will do that. Save the environment. So the reason it is a hyperbola is because it has a center, and from each side of the center there's a parabola. As you can see, I'm demonstrating with my fingers that there's a parabola. And in a hyperbola, that's the word I'm looking for, there's something called asymptotes, and that determines how, like, the width of the hyperbola. And the way you find the slope of the asymptotes is plus or minus b over a. So in this case, it'd probably be around 5 over 2 because it is it's a pretty wide hyperbola. As you can see, it's wide, so it's up 5, then over 2. So, just thought you'd know that. And then there's also 2 foci in hyperbola, one on each side of the parabolas. And the way you find that is you do b squared plus a squared plus b squared equals c squared, and then you find the square root of c squared, and then you add that to the add or subtract that from the center, and that's how you find your foci. So the foci could be like right about here.
Woo!
We're done.